Good evening, and welcome to this week's London's Burning. Joining us, the very special guest from the Bullet Club. They play Dungeons & Dragons, and you can watch it right here on Twitch. They also have a YouTube channel. Please welcome Captain Mark. Please tell us where we can find you and what you do.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. We've been streaming for about a month. We're the Bullet Club, like everywhere. Bullet as in the D&D monster. Just all one word. You can find us on, as was said earlier on, like Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It's the same everywhere, so just search for us there. You usually run on a Friday night. This week is actually a bit of a special game, and also due to sort of roster requirements, we're running tomorrow night instead. We always run 10 o'clock on a Friday. I had to do this week where we've got a special time slot, and I've got to go into detail explaining it. I apologise. This week only, we're running tomorrow, Sunday, here in the UK, and our earlier time of 9 p.m. as it's quite a large story event is coming up. A huge battle, and they're finally coming face to face with kind of the person who's been kind of the primary antagonist up to this point. So it should be good, should be fun. We've got a great bunch of players, both English, American, and so please do check us out. Hit all the likes and the subscribes and whatnot on all of those, and hopefully we'll see you there. Again, thanks for having me tonight.
Very welcome. Welcome to the Chronicle London's Burning, a story set in the city of Oxford about a group of vampires and kindred society reeling from the exodus and loss of London. Tonight, we are joined by Camarilla Brujar Armand, portrayed by Nitro Typat. Please do a rouse check to awaken from your torpor state.
I pushed the button.
Xavier Long, Yannick Brujar, portrayed by Tina. Please do a rouse check to awaken from your torpor state. Press the button. Last but never least, the sensational Cedra, played by the majestic Ms. Hartz. Please do a rouse check to awaken from your torpor state. It works for Ms. Hartz.
Button's been clicked.
There we go. No one gets hungry tonight. Congratulations. Not often we have that happen.
It's forgiving us for what happened last week.
Huh.
Yeah, last week was bad.
It's amazing.
In a good way.
Yeah.
The Coterie have gathered at their haven to discuss their activities for the night. Mercy is absent as he is ensuring his kin are buried in the States. The remainder of the Coterie are discussing what they shall be doing, and how, when Pandora gracefully enters into their hidden sanctum, accompanied by someone they've not seen before. She stands in front of the Coterie and smiles. Good evening, my fine kindred. This is the Alastor I've told you about. He is in the city to track and destroy someone from the Red List. I have volunteered you to assist him, as it will be most beneficial to you as a whole to gain some respect within the tower. There has been strange activity in a dog shelter on the outskirts of the city. As it is outside the Oxford Treaty area, we have told the Scourge that while you are with the Alastor to give you a wide berth. Assist him to the best of your abilities, and I'm sure all will go well. For now, I shall leave you with Caleb.
Caleb kind of steps forward, and you see a guy, shaved head, kind of coat with a fur collar, long, like an old Soviet Union officer's coat, down to his just below the knee. Black jeans and a Echo and the Bunnymen t-shirt on, and you can see a underarm holster, the straps for a handgun, kind of across the chest, and on his just on his chest, like pinned to the shirt, is just a small badge that says, "Hello, I'm an Alastor. Ask me how." And he steps forward. Fingerless gloves, also. So you would be the Coterie that's assisting me this evening. Wonderful, wonderful. allow me to get a firm grasp of your capabilities. I'm pretty new to the city. And if you want to ask me any questions about the target, I mean, please go ahead. Tonight could be dangerous. Dangerous is always fun. And who knows, you may all learn something about yourselves. Because personal growth matters to me also. But please, perhaps we can begin, if you can... And Caleb stops for a minute like he's lost his train of thought and starts kind of looking at the surroundings a second.
Oh, Scott.
I was talking, wasn't I? I'm sorry. Yes, the target. A nasty chap by the name of the Shepherd. The Tremere, by my research. I hope I'm right about that, in any case. I've chased this bugger from Tokyo to Berlin to Istanbul and now here. He seems to be having a... Istanbul. Lovely this time of year. Except for when...
Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. It's been a while
Really?
since I've been.
I must get to know who I'm working with as much as I need to educate you on what you'll be facing tonight. If I can't trust the people on my back, then I'm probably as good as dead. I do usually work alone, so if I have to work within a team, perhaps a round of getting to know you isn't a bad idea. Strengths, weaknesses. I like you. You're to the point. You're the Bruja, yes?
Which one?
Well, you're one of them. He's the other one.
Yes, people often get us confused. See if you're one of those.
Especially Dolores.
You'll find I never forget a face, my boy. It's my job. And as I say that, I open the right palm just briefly, and you can see the blood mark of a crescent, like a crescent moon, red on the palm. So, let's approach this problem as if I weren't here. Let's say you were given this task alone. Tell me, what would be your approach?
First off, who the fuck are we going after? More
Yeah,
than
we
just
need to know more about
vague,
the target and the situation.
Where's he
Fair
at?
point. Well, he's gone to ground somewhere here in Oxford. I don't know the city that well. Hence
That's
my
about as
request.
helpful as Pandora giving us another fucking babysitter.
Yeah, it's this guy's clan. What kind of...
He's a
Well, he said he
Tremere.
thought it was Tremere.
He is a
Okay.
Tremere from my understanding. And very much... he enjoys a masquerade breach or two, which has brought him under the attention of the inner council and placed him
Well,
on
that
the
should
red
make him
list.
easy to find.
Yeah, but what the fuck do we care about a Tremere? Apparently they're all killing themselves anyways. Let them do it for you.
Let me put it this way. Everyone on that list is a danger to everyone who's not on that list. Be they Camarilla or Anarch. I don't give one whit for intersect politics. It's not my job. I'm here to find this shepherd and dispose of him so that the Second Inquisition doesn't come down on Oxford the way it did London.
What's his MO? If he's breaking the masquerade, he's probably doing it in a rhythm.
Now you're asking the right questions. He, from my understanding, enjoys cult leader status. He often entices kind into his...
Just described a Tremere.
It's more of a cult of personality. I'm sure the blood magic helps, but the sheer amount of kind of follow him generally begin to do rather terrible things in his name, things that make the daytime papers. That's attention we can't afford.
Anything in Oxford so far?
Not yet, and I hope to keep it that way.
I guess what I'm asking though is, what kind of cult leader are we talking about? You say a danger. From my experiences, most cult leaders are a danger in general, but we talking like a doomsday cult, Shoko Asahara type, or?
That's a very, very good analogy, yes. Comparison, I should say. There's been bombings, there's been ritual murders in all of the cities that I've chased him to. I nearly got the bastard in Paris before he came here.
Sounds like this guy just likes to spread chaos wherever he goes.
He doesn't care one whit for our kind or the masquerade at all.
Sounds like he'd be a hit in the 80s too.
Well,
Got all the workings of a Satanist.
I know a thing or two about propagandists. And he's a dangerous one. And my worry is that the influence that he's shown so far with Kine may strengthen and begin to affect our kind. The last thing we need is another sect like the Sabbat running around.
That's true.
So, his name landed in an envelope that landed on my door. And now I'm here to end him. But as I said earlier on, I don't know the city. I don't have contacts here. All I've got is a car, a couple of firearms, and a credit card.
We have no general area.
That's 3
we should
things
start
more
looking.
than I have.
Yeah, she's right.
Didn't Pandora say the dog shelter?
Yeah.
Well, that's our first lead, thankfully. But I suppose I need to ask what... I've already told you what my sort of resource is, what I can bring to bear. And this one is dangerous. Like me, he's 10th generation. Ankele could prove a problem.
Is this dog shelter, Shiver? Is this dog shelter in Anarch or Camarilla territory? They sit on the outskirts of the city, but
It's outside the city.
so whose territory is it? Nobody's.
No one's.
Anarch.
Neither.
Oh, neither. Okay.
Well, I suppose we best go investigate this dog shelter. That's our only lead at the moment. Do any of you need anything, perhaps, to steel yourselves for this sort of foe?
No, I usually carry everything I need on me.
Anybody else?
Xavier goes over to the safe and opens it up and starts pulling out all his guns.
That is a grand idea.
What?
Cedra checks her sword. I'm good.
Oh, locking all my guns up so patrons and Dolores don't come down here and start playing with them, kill themselves. It's a great idea.
Well, my car's outside. Shall we?
Yeah.
You
Are we
okay
all-
not driving them on?
Yeah, I guess. This guy seems experienced.
And Cam kind of stands up for a second. Thinks his eyes. Ah! It's... Wait, which side of the road is it in this country again?
The left.
Thank God, okay. Well, let's go. And he kind of about faces and heads for the exit.
I'd kind of give a once over to Cedra and Xavier before following him.
Well, he's not as bad as Jack. He's more sober. Oh, you didn't get to meet Jack.
Unfortunately.
The Coterie and Caleb head out of the pub, parked next to Armand's car, the very nice, vintage, four-door Jag in racing green. It's a little run-down, but it still manages to make quite the impression on the Coterie.
It's a good thing there's only 4 of us tonight.
Driving along, and I just sort of look over. I stole this thing from the communists in '85. It's been here since, so I'm surprised it still bloody runs. But, what's an MOT anyway?
They won't know.
I literally just said something
that's
earlier.
an English. Sorry, that's an Englishism. Yeah. An MOT is like you got to get your car checked every while.
I literally saw a tweet
Cedric
earlier
Cedric
that
was
said
American
something
and
about,
doesn't drive.
yeah, something about an MOT, and I was like, what's an MOT? And then now it gets brought up again.
Anything you wish to discuss on the drive, or would you like to arrive straight at the dog pound?
No.
No? Okay. The Coterie arrive outside of Oxford City, following the twisted roads and eventually taking them outside the northern city limits and out to the relatively empty countryside that surrounds the busy city. They drive what seems like an eternity, until finally Caleb pulls the car over to the side of the road. Outside, a metal gate that seems to lead into a dog shelter. The gate is closed and seems locked.
I check for cameras.
You beat me to
Automatic
it.
success. Nothing.
Cool.
Just as a quick note, before we all got out of the car, Caleb would have stopped just to mention one last thing. Before we pursue this individual, there is one rule I have to make incredibly clear. He is of 10th generation. I don't know each of you. The idea of diablerie might begin to creep into the power-hungry individual's mind. If you diablerize the shepherd, you will take his place on the list, and I will have to put you down as well.
It's funny.
I'm
killed the old-
speaking just theoretically here. I thought diablerie was okay for anyone on the red list.
Only if expressly permitted by the council, and in this case, they have declined to permit it.
I see.
I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Why the fuck it was even brought up? Killed a seneschal once, and not once of us tried to do it. I feel like it's a bit of a backhanded thing. Probably never would have. Okay, I'm sure Caesar probably thinks about it all the time. I don't, but just seemed a little bit out of left field.
It's something that, well, if I was in your shoes and I was of a higher generation, perhaps it might cross my mind. If it were to happen, and you were to somehow best me, they would send another. And if you were to best them, they would send another. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yeah. What the problem I'm having is, how did this turn into us fighting you?
He's not. He's just warning us.
I
don't
get
want to have to.
The dick on the table. I get it. I just seems a bit much for this. We're just here to help you.
No, you are. I'm just making my position clear. I don't want to have to put you down. You seem perfectly lovely.
Yeah. I'm not.
Can I ask you a rude question?
By all means.
What's your clan?
I'm a Malkavian, dear.
That makes fucking sense. He'll turn and just start to pace.
We all at the same time. Ah.
No, I'm sitting here like you guys didn't figure that out already.
You were expecting straight jackets and strung out hair.
Those are the kind of Malkavians that we've experienced so far.
You should meet the painting in our next to our office.
Yeah, we once had a friend that was Malkavian. And while he's no longer with us, we still have to deal with him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yet again, I'm going to say, at least he's not as bad as Jack.
Jack wasn't bad. He was a little off the loose end. I really had a shtick for doing drugs, which I didn't quite understand, but he was helpful.
You guys are going to have to tell me about Jack at some point.
Well, to Jack, whoever the fuck he is, I don't know, get out of the car and walk to the boot, open the boot.
I guess they probably wouldn't know who the other Archons were.
Jack was a Justicar.
Oh, that's right.
Alastor's way above that.
There, I'm an Alastor, slightly different. Go to the boot and pull it open, and take out a case. Open the case, and inside the case are the parts for a sniper rifle that I begin to assemble. Kind of hold it up, and I point towards it, Xavier. You look like you know your way around a firearm.
Yeah, it's the firearm I'm not worried about. It's the person on the other end of the bullet that I can make sure is right.
I like that answer. Here, catch! And I throw the sniper rifle to you.
Catch it. Before Shiver even says I don't, I will bust out that feat right now to say I do. I could drop this gun and it goes off and kills Cedra, and it'd be like, haha. I don't trust
That
you.
thing's got one hell of a kick, even for us kindred, so just be wary. But I'm sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Right. Let's go do some crime. I turn to the dog pound, like, how are we getting in then?
Guys. No, wait. I thought we were the good guys. This is important.
Yeah, but we're still breaking in.
Still, yeah, he's... We Cedra,
the good guys.
Yeah, it's the same idea of breaking into a pedophile's house. You're still breaking in, even though you're going after a pedophile.
Shiv, you said that there was a lock on the gate
Yes.
in front of us. How high is the gate?
Not very.
Because is it?
This is one of those weird things you'll find in the UK. The gate is probably not even going to go up to your hips, but it's got a lock on it, and that's meant to dissuade you from going in. Brilliant crime prevention. There's a gate. Shit, it's locked. Well, we can't go in there.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was asking, because I was like, is it even worth unlocking the gate? I just clamber over it.
No, this is the gate outside of a dog shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning we can hear the dogs barking at this point.
No.
No? Okay. I hop over the gate.
Yeah, same here.
I activate Silence of Death before I hop over. I don't want dogs to hear me.
I am going to do the same.
I'll do the same thing.
Oh, everybody's got the fancy don't make sound power. Look at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Coterie head into the dirt track courtyard outside the entrance to the shelter. It appears empty and even strangely quiet. In front of them is the complex itself. A single glass door marks the entrance into the main reception area, and the building seems to continue on to the Coterie's right into a long single-floor hall-like structure, seemingly the location of the kennels themselves.
So there are no dogs in the dog shelter?
I have a feeling we're about to find a bunch of dead dogs.
Okay, we don't hear dogs, though.
Correct.
Okay.
Man,
Good.
turn to look at Cedra almost as if I read her mind for a second and say, "No dogs in a dog shelter."
I mean, I can't say I mind, but it's suspicious.
I draw my pistol and screw the silencer on. What can I see? What can we see from where we kind of are now?
You've just got the entrance. It's normal glass entrance to the reception area. To the right of that is just this long single floor hall. It's all bricked up. There's no windows, so you can see into that bit.
The door unlocked?
I think
The
you gotta
door's locked.
try it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was me saying I try the door. Is the door unlocked?
Yeah. The door is locked.
Be my
I
guest.
on.
Yeah, I get down and I try and unlock it.
Dexterity and larceny at difficulty 3, please. Armand's hands skillfully glide his tools into the lock, making every chamber within the lock lift up and open. He hears a small click fill the night, and he opens the door. The reception area is empty.
Easy.
The lights are turned off, and it's only the combination of moonlight and their unnatural senses that allows them to even see anything.
I don't mean to sound like a cliche, but this is too quiet.
Yeah, tell me about it. And then I deploy one of my blades out.
Cedra will go in last.
There's a reception desk?
Inside the reception area is a small reception desk, filing cabinet behind it, and a door to the right marked staff only.
I go behind the reception desk and look at the cabinet. Quietly.
Is there a window on the door?
The
That
whole of the
goes to
front.
into the staff
Oh, the
room?
staff door? No.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What are you looking for in the filing cabinet?
I mean, dare I say I just opened a filing cabinet? It's probably got files in it.
Yeah.
Does
You
it
scroll
have files
through
in it? There's
the
no
files and you just see things like, Mr. Whiskers, Rover.
Is there a computer?
Yeah, the
on
point
the, on the
was
desk?
no dog, so seems to be a functioning business.
You'll be able to smell if there was blood in the air, right?
If there was a large amount of blood, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was a good question. I hadn't thought of that.
Can I go over and just slightly or gently check the staff door to see if it's locked?
Resolve and composure at difficulty 4.
Resolve. And where's resolve?
Bottom right.
They're both traits.
Oh,
Traits,
okay,
yes.
gotcha. Okay, I was confused. And composure.
Oh.
Screw it.
You can reroll at 0.
I know.
You walk over to the door.
Get the bad rolls out of the way now.
For a brief moment, you're almost repulsed by it, like you feel you shouldn't be going in there because it is, after all, staff only. You resolve your will
Oh.
and move your hand onto the doorknob to check it. As you do so, though, you feel some sort of weird, unnatural feedback course through your body. You take 1 superficial damage.
Static shock.
Something like that.
I just kind of reel my hand back and I'm shaking it like I hurt myself and I'm like, damn, I don't know. What
is that?
what other places are there around here to check? Because we can't go in there.
What?
Oh no, you can go in.
Why are you
Why
trying
can't we
to
go in there?
Oh, I can still open the door. I just got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
open the door? You just got
You
hurt
just take-
like a
Okay,
little bee.
okay. Oh
Like the
yeah,
little
because
bee you
it's a critical success. Gotcha. Duh. I go ahead and I slowly open the door.
You walking in?
I'll peek my head to look to see what I can see from the doorway.
You can see the kennel area. It all seems to be a single floor, solid marble tile flooring. Cages are stacked up, 2 to 3 high, seemingly for large or small dogs. The entire place is quiet and seemingly clean. At the end of the long hall of cages is a door.
And this is the staff only area?
Well, yeah.
I was expecting an office.
I just turn to everybody else who's sitting in the reception area and I kind of just tell them that there's nothing really in here, but there's another door at the other end.
Are there dogs?
Yeah,
Not
that's
that
my
I can
question.
see. Actually, yeah, Shiv, do I see anything? Any dogs? Yeah, no, I don't see any.
Can I use my heightened senses to see if I can smell dog at all?
Certainly, I'll let you do that for free, in fact, and you can most certainly smell traces of dog. There is some smell that's in the air that you can't quite identify. It's almost wet dog smell, but it's also kind of coppery.
It's dead dog smell.
Well,
Either that or
we can add another crime. I think we can add another crime to the Shepherd's list. Cult leader, kindred terrorist, indoctrination, and dog murder. Dun dun dun.
I just look at I look at CJ like, don't tell him, don't say it, don't say it.
Through the
I'll
door.
go in to the staff only area, cautiously walk up to one of the cages and look inside.
Wits, investigation difficulty 2, please. And you can't re-roll. Cedra looks around the cages, but unfortunately feels slightly too nervous to give them a very close inspection or very thorough. She just looks at the cage and mopes out.
Hey, Mon, will you check and see if there's anything in that cage?
Yeah, I'll check, and I'll poke my head over the little barrier wall.
Wits, investigation difficulty 2, please.
Investigation. Can't you give me awareness?
All right, wits and awareness
That's
difficulty
right.
2, please.
Oh, okay.
Which-
That's fine.
Whew.
You find a small amount of dog fur inside the cage. The cage itself isn't locked, and in fact seems to have no way for it to be locked. Looking around at other random cages, you see that they also have no way to be locked.
Like,
Well,
well,
the
there's
cages-
no lock on them.
Yeah, the cages were built that way, or the lock has been whatever locking mechanism that was, there's been removed altogether.
There is no locking mechanism whatsoever anymore.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Hey, Mon, any dogs?
Just fur. No blood, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Not even blood, just fur.
I'll walk back in.
This was not what I was expecting. I think we should press deeper. to walk up to the other door that you mentioned and just regular door, no windows on it, or
Correct. It's not even marked staff only.
Because
Alright,
already
I'm
in
a-
the staff.
staff.
already in the staff area. I'm gonna press that open with the gun at the ready, kind of like that.
At the end of the hall, you can see that there is one very large cage, 3 times the width and height of the larger cages you've seen before, and inside the cage is a white ceramic bowl, seemingly blood-stained.
I haven't been back here home for many years now, but you don't have dogs as big as that running around, do you?
Define dog.
Pokemon.
I know you're not a dumb guy. There are werewolves in Oxford.
So I've heard. Oh, well.
Tell you right
Well,
now, that's not for a werewolf.
I look at Xavier and I just point at the bowl that's got blood in it, and I'll go, I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but
Yep,
There
we're
might
thinking
not
the
be.
same thing.
yeah, everybody should be on guard.
would you care to enlighten me?
Abomination.
No, I was thinking Hellhound.
Oh, we were way off then.
We're in a dog shelter.
Broja.
And I don't feed Beretta a bowl of blood. What the fuck?
Then how do you gruel her?
It doesn't take that much.
Okay, well, we're talking about Tremere here, so
For what it's worth, the cage is not locked either, by the way.
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
Do you have the
Yes, my
ability
dear.
to sense unseen?
You might have said it again. It cut out. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you have the ability to sense the unseen?
Not in my wheelhouse, I'm afraid. If you do, by all means.
no, our
I do.
usual guy that does that's on vacation this week, it seems.
I'll go open the cage door. Stay here. I'll sneak up there and try to open the cage door and see if there's anything inside.
My
Just a
boy,
ceramic bowl
you're
with
the
blood.
one with.
Sorry,
Is there anything in the bowl?
just a blood stain. I mean, it's still fresh.
I look back, Cedra, there's nothing in here, but you might be able to test this.
I'll walk up. Put a little blood on my finger. I don't know if that takes a rest.
That's going to be free. It's not a rouse tech, but it's usually a roll. But I'm going to give these for free. You can sense it's kind blood. However, there is a very, very faint aftertaste of kindred blood. Not enough for you to discern anything else other than that sharp, powerful, unmistakable taste that it once held the kindred's blood inside the bowl. Perhaps mixed in with kind blood or used on its own a while ago, and has since been filled with kind blood.
Whatever this is, it's been fed both kind and kindred.
Well, that's pretty messed up.
Wonderful. Is there anything else in the room of note?
Nope.
Yeah, floor.
So,
Missing
who wants to
something.
do the honor of going through door number 3?
I don't mind going through these doors, but
Got it.
we probably need to assume that either we delve deeper and somebody knows we're coming and they're holed up, or they've left. So be prepared for either of those things.
Well,
Either
Something
that
tells me they know we're coming.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Well, Xavier, my boy, you're carrying the biggest gun here, so you cover me and I'll open the door.
Sure, because these things are great at close range.
That's why you
Point and
stand
shoot.
behind me. Behind me.
That's still close. Okay.
You reach
and
to
yes,
open the end of the door, the end of the hallway door. Just as you begin to reach forward to turn the doorknob and enter the room, the lights suddenly flicker back in and then out, strobing around you, and you hear the almighty growl from behind you. As you turn around, you see a monster of an animal. Dogs, legs, and other bits of body stick out of the hulk of flesh before you. The monster before you is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It opens its giant maw, which seems bigger than even Mercy's mouth, and watch as its bloodied saliva drips from its gaping jaw. Its glowing red eyes fixated on you, and its 5 legs, of various sizes, keep the giant mismatch of dogs stable.
I forgot about the gift you sent us earlier this week.
Yeah, now I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't what Beretta looks like, is it?
Yes, identical.
Beretta's got a collar.
Oh my god.
Cedra whips out her sword and cuts her hand.
Do a rouse check for me, please.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Can I activate Fleetness Shiver?
Show me fleetness.
It's under Celerity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know he was going to ask for that.
That's not what I was gonna. I pushed the wrong button. But hey, I did the last check before for you.
gun was in my hand already, so I'm just going to go for the eyes.
All right. You sure you want to? You want to go for a cold shot?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right. In that case, we will start the combat, and we'll go anti-clockwise. We'll start with Caleb. Composure. Firearms, please. Difficulty is 3, but it's going to be reversed because it's a cold shot.
Yeah, so however many non-successes you get is how many.
You say composure?
Yes, please. Because this dog is standing there, and even you're a little bit, what the fuck is this?
Right, bear with me, because this is the first time me using Roll20. Apologies, viewers. It says it's asking me for a modifier. Am I doing anything with the modifier?
No modifier.
No? Okay.
Oh, it had to be a good wait. No, that's enough.
That is enough. Caleb stands there
Just enough.
in his pose and takes very careful, precise aim, taking out one of the creature's eyes, and does 3 superficial damage. The creature reels back, lets out a strange, almost bizarre whimper. Armon.
He only did superficial with a gun? Oh no.
It's not good.
I run up and I attack with my sword.
Only did superficial with the gun.
2 for me, strength, melee. The creature is going to try and dodge, which isn't going to go very well.
It's like me
Really? Really, roll 20? Oh my god.
Let me roll 3 if you'd like.
Get bad dog. Yeah,
I mean,
why not?
even if you
I'll
well,
roll 3.
You better hope for criticals, though.
No, I'm fine.
Zarmon runs up, bladed wrist thing in hand. He starts swiping with all of his skill and frustration at the animal, who manages to just dodge every single one of his clumsy swings. The animal growls in his face as Armon is taken aback. Xavier?
Give me a second. God damn it. I look at this sniper rifle and I throw it on the ground and pull out my shotgun.
Fair.
Composure.
Firearms. Difficulty is
composure?
3.
Composure and firearms?
Yes, please.
3.
Xavier stands there, cockily like a hero, fires off a round of his shotgun, and hits the weird creature with several fragments of buckshot spraying forth out of the gun's
Are we at
barrel.
medium or close range?
You're going to be at close range,
So it's +4.
and you do 7. You do 7 damage. That's like 4 superficial, 3 aggravated.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Cedra.
And it's still standing. I swipe at it with my sword.
Strength
It's
melee,
big and
please.
full of meat.
And it's
You
going
gotta
to
shoot
try.
all the meat.
It's going to try and dodge.
There we go.
Yeah.
What are your modifiers?
I get +3.
Ooh. Cedra, gracefully and elegantly, like an assassin in the night, swipes, parries, stabs at the weird, messed up creature in front of her. Several hits and several swipes make the creature bleed, already profusely weeping from its wounds. The creature lets out one almighty growl, but is just barely standing. It turns to Armon, as Armon was the first to attack it, and attempts to bite his head off with its giant jaws.
And this is why I picked fluteness, because I'm gonna dodge.
I believe you can add your
Yeah.
celerity rating.
Celerity rating. Mm-hmm. So, dexterity athletics
Yes, please.
+5. Okay, no. Why not? How many can I I'll reroll 3.
Okay.
Okay.
The giant creature lurches forward, arching its head and taking one almighty bite at Armon. Armon just about manages to get out of the way so his head isn't chewed off. Unfortunately, he was unable to fully get out of the way, and the creature sinks its fangs straight into Armon's elbow, doing 1 superficial damage.
It bit me on the weakness.
Ouch, Charlie, you bit me.
Caleb,
Charlie,
at the start
no.
of round 2.
I'm assuming if it's attacked time on, it's kind of crossed the whatever distance there was between us.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
it's a
all
very
standing
small
kind of in
area.
a group. Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna try and get in close enough to press the barrel into the injured eye hole and fire.
Nice. Dexterity and firearms. Difficulty 2, please. The creature is going to be unable to dodge at that range, as it's currently enjoying some Armon finger food.
So, but I forget when we were going over my character creation. You said that my pistol was a +1.
Yes. Is it +1 or +2?
Yeah. One of the two. I know the rifle is +3. It's here somewhere.
I think it's +2.
So am I sticking that in the modifiers?
Nope. That's just
No,
added
it's
to
supposed
your
to do
overall
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've never played this on Roll20 before, so I'm getting to.
He's got a pistol. My 9mm does +3, so I think he's right.
I'll be +3 then. Caleb sticks the pistol's barrel straight in the former eye socket of the creature, firing off the entire clip into the creature's brains, assuming it has any. Eventually, bullets start spraying out of the other side of the creature's head. It huffs, it puffs, and eventually it falls down. Dripping sticky remains begin to slowly rot away and even dry up. Whatever twisted magic was keeping this creature alive and in one piece seemingly broken by the creature's death. In the centre of the pile of carrion is a dog collar in pristine condition. The dog collar even has a tag on it.
Amon's checking the hole that's now in the sleeve of his jacket.
I'll pull the dog collar off.
Yeah.
He's like, this
I'm
is
not
my
touching it.
favorite jacket.
I know you
Damn
won't.
it.
I'm wiping the splatter off. Like, well, I mean, that worked for the Russians and it worked for everyone else on the red list. I suppose that works on big dogs as well. Reload. What does the collar say, my boy?
The collar
hold the collar
reads,
up and read it.
"If I'm lost, please return me to Dave at Barton Village."
Dave.
Boy, if that
Who wants
isn't
to
a
break
big
the poor? Who wants to break the bad news to poor old Dave?
I'll do it. It's not my
Dave,
first
we
time.
shot your mutant.
You want to be real fucked up? You want to take a piece off of it and throw it at his doorstep?
Only if he's the one that made it into this thing.
You really think the guy's name is Dave?
I
Dave
don't
the
know.
Shepherd.
Yeah, do you know what the shepherd's name is?
No,
Is
unfortunately.
it Dave?
Also, can I just say this seems less Tremere and more Smeets?
I was thinking the same thing.
That puts the
The
craft
Mitzi
into
would
flesh
make
crafting.
something. Yeah, I think the Mitzi would make something more appealing looking.
Really?
I mean, that's their whole MO, isn't it?
Since I've been tailing the shepherds, is there anything to suggest that he'd been in contact with other kindred at all?
Not even a Tremere.
No. Okay. This is not the shepherd's MO at all. And now I'm worried.
Is this something you could teach a kind to do?
When he says that, I look at the dog. Does it look like the parts on it are sewed on, or are they appendages? Have they grown out of it? Like how are they attached? That makes sense.
From the little remains that there are, you can see some of them are fused together. Others look like they've been sewn together.
To help answer that question.
Because if you said,
Go ahead.
if Cedra said that this thing was feeding on kind blood that had a little bit of kindred blood in it, then maybe Dave made himself a ghoul, and his ghoul did this.
Possible. I would just say the kindred blood is in there to help it heal.
True.
Kind blood, however, doesn't make sense at all. My guess is this dog was stolen. That's why it has this tag. Probably don't want to go tell Dave his dog is a whatever the fuck this thing is.
We should go see what Dave's up to, though.
Sure.
I cautiously, from as far away as possible, touch the blood and lick it.
Do for me. Taste of blood.
Ew.
Wonderful. Strangely, it seems like it is pine blood. However, it has a very strong and familiar aftertaste of kind blood that's been circulating in its system. You will recognize
Kindred?
this as kindred blood, thank you. You will recognize this as exactly the same sort of taste that a ghoul would have.
It tastes like a ghoul.
Ever seen a
I mean,
ghoul
I guess-
like that? Mom, no, that's not true.
My guess is that's what our hellhounds would probably taste like if you were to taste their blood.
Mm-hmm.
They're essentially
Can I
animal.
can I tell the difference between dog blood and human blood?
No.
This is most disturbing.
Honestly,
Well,
say it doesn't fit his MO. If this is where he's hiding out, it's a great guard dog. I mean, obviously not for us, but we just got here. People like us haven't been chasing him down. So
You may have been waiting for me. You might be right. And I'm glad you were here. I'm not entirely sure of my survival that I faced this thing alone.
I go over and pick the sniper up. I told you this thing's not good at short range.
Well, okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Just
That's fair.
try not to throw it to the ground next time. Bit of sentiment attached to it. That's all.
Oh, okay. I can respect that. I was gonna say really, but okay, that's fair.
Does it have a
I'll
name?
ju-
Yes, and perhaps I'll tell you one day. But for now, I think we need to continue in our search. Was there any rooms that we missed when we were coming through to here?
there was
Yeah,
the
was
door
that a
we
dead end?
opened before the dog attacked us.
Yeah. So I
You
think
didn't
we
get a
should go
chance
back
to
and
open
check
that door
those.
at the end before Sugar
that's a
Muffins
good
or
point,
whatever
yeah.
the audience named him appeared.
Fluffy. Well,
Probably goopy.
point to the door. I'm in here, I suppose, before we were rudely interrupted. No, just walk in, I guess.
The door leads outside. You found the fire exit.
Does the fire alarm go off?
No.
Well, is it raining or not? I can't tell by the.
I know, I'm sorry. That's meant to be ambient wind.
Okay, cool.
But trees, when they're in the
I mean, it
wind,
does
sound
seem
like
to
it's
always
pissing
be
down with
raining
rain.
in
Can you give us
Oxford.
a sound effect so we're immersed?
Yeah. Well,
Sound effect.
well, I stepped outside and I was about to say, at least it's not raining. I didn't want to then be prompted that it indeed was raining, and I'm standing in it.
That's when you hear the thunderclap as
Yeah. It's like, I'm just antagonizing.
British,
the
we know
DM,
what
so
rain
I don't know.
sounds like in all its variations.
Yeah. Well, school.
Hearts has a rain.
I do have a rain stick. Well, Cedra has a rain stick.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Cedra has a rain stick. That's
It's a
wonderful.
broken one.
Except,
All right.
except the rain stick never stops raining.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Well, so was there any other? There were other rooms before we kind of went down this path, or we've explored.
There was
our
the
place
hallway
now?
to the kennels.
That's where you just were. You have fully explored this entire complex.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to check.
Yeah,
well,
the hallway with the kennels was behind the staff door, and we went to the end of it to the other door, and that was the fire exit.
Oh, okay. I thought the staff door in
Caleb?
the hallway to the kennels was different.
I'm gonna
Just call him
ask
Caleb.
this. Try to no Caleb. Caleb.
Oh, okay.
Caleb.
Okay.
I know it's very close. I'm with you there. God. Same clan and a name that's similar. Fuck. I'm going to try to ask this and not sound like I'm trying to be demeaning or anything, but how are you at talking to people that aren't us? Like time. Because I hold up the collar. This guy probably needs to be handled with care, and I'm thinking Cedra should lead this one.
I would concur. I'll be honest. I've spent a very long time being pointed at dangers to society and asked to get rid of them. So, no,
Same.
people aren't my forte. I would be ever so grateful if the lovely Cedra would take the lead on this one. Perhaps we go pay a visit to old Dave.
Let's go see
Let's-
Dave.
Yeah, and let's say this again, but let's give this guy a benefit of a doubt that he has no idea what's going on.
Perhaps we should infer that maybe his dog was run over by a car.
We can just say we found the collar.
Yeah, I'm with him.
There we
found
go.
this.
As
There we
vague
go.
as we can be.
Then we perhaps try and probe for details as to what happened when the dog went missing, and hopefully we can glean some information from there.
Sounds like a plan.
Wonderful. Well, to the car.
You've
Everyone heads to the vintage Jag, gets in, and Caleb takes his place behind the driver's seat. The engine starts
Whatever
up
seat.
and drives up into the night
Okay.
as Armand shuts the fuck up. Anything you wish to discuss on your way?
I was just gonna say that whatever seat Amon's sitting in, he's doing that thing where he doesn't. It looks like he doesn't know what to do with his hands because he's not driving.
tapping on the back of the seat, tapping on his legs.
Yeah.
I believe the back seat of a Mark II is a bench seat, if I'm not mistaken. Just for flavour. I suppose as we're driving on, like who's up front, who's in the back, so I've got an idea of where everyone is.
I usually sit behind the driver.
Yeah, I'll probably do unless Xavier
If you want the
calls
front
it.
seat, you can have it because it's open
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, I'll take shotgun.
All right. So yeah, I lean across to Amon. Apologies about usurping your usual position as driver for the evening, but
That's fine. Easier just to
Oh.
all ride in one vehicle, so.
true. To be frank, it's quite nice to be behind the wheel of this again. I think this old girl, when I pat the dashboard, it's the only thing left from my human life.
Yeah, stuff like that is hard to let go of. I understand that.
Jesus, how long has it been?
You hear
Right.
in the back seat when Amon says that.
Does someone want to share with the class?
I
Look
just
in the
find it-
mirror.
I just find it funny that you tested something so materialistic in your past life. I hold my pistol up. This was a tool I used in my past life. It's not something I would be attached to. But I can respect it. It's nice to know that there's other people out there that aren't so attached to the people that we're trying to stay away from.
And do you make a habit of just distancing yourself from as many people as possible, or
If
was
you
that a
only knew.
past trait?
If you only knew. Probably do, actually. Word gets
I'm
around.
unusual. It's true, and I'm unusual in that most people, when I'm dealing with the council and the intermediaries, I should say, let's be frank, no one ever sees the council face to face. They see my Camarilla dossier and they see the entry under my file that says 10th generation, and they assume I'm some Victorian fossil. It's grating. I suppose we're all carrying things from our past life, and some of them might be material, some less so. And I think you, I'm kind of having the conversation almost one-to-one with Xavier
With the rear view mirror.
through the rear view mirror. I think
You're driving and he takes the
You-
mirror so he can.
yeah. I think you care more about people than you care to admit. Doesn't suit the whole image, does it?
Define people.
There I am exposing perhaps my attachments to my past life, and that I still call people people. We're not, are we?
That's kind of my point. These two and the one not here, I'd give my life for them, but no offense to you, I could give a fuck less.
That's the sort of attitude I was expecting, and it was the sort of attitude that you point that towards our target, and we'll be just fine.
You won't have to
Usually
worry
does.
about that, trust me.
I'll be honest, coteries are somewhat of a mystery to me. I don't run with people. I have to admit this is rather nice. If only for the practical application, I'd have been chewed up back there if you weren't present.
I doubt it. Amon
Yeah,
would've.
I gotta admit, I pretty much preferred being on my own as well. And then the Camarilla themselves kind of forced me to behave and play as part of the group. And I didn't like it at first, but I've grown to sort of like it.
Sorry, did you just say the Camarilla forced you to play by the rules?
I mean,
Fucking
when they added me, well, it wasn't really my choice.
It was your choice, from what I understand.
No, it was either join your coterie or die.
Camarilla and Coterie are two different things. I am not Camarilla. I am a part of this coterie. You had a choice to join the Camarilla.
The Anarch has a point.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, I don't mean to be harsh, Amon. This is the first time we've ever talked about it.
I mean that's fair, but they found me in Torpor and took me to the prince. Prince said, "Take him to Pandora. If not, kill him." So, I mean,
I
if
think
that's
we
not
did you a
forcing,
solid that
then
night, too.
no, you
Think
did.
if it was
I'm not
just
saying
you-
you didn't.
No, I'm saying by pure chance we delivered a nasty-ass thing the same night that they had to decide what to do with you. They were sympathetic for you because we had a thing without a jaw laying on the floor next to you.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you guys did anything. I'm saying that the prince was the one, Prince Camarilla, whatever you want to call it, or whoever you want to blame. I fully understand that I didn't have a choice in the matter.
I'm just saying you didn't have to do
referenced
it.
you referenced the local prince.
Yeah.
What are they like?
Your
Venture.
typical
Why?
fucking venture.
Yeah.
Why do you
Pretty
ask?
terrifying, actually.
We're both like that.
In my experience, half of the targets on the red list, the prince, the local prince of wherever it is that I'm dispatched to, tends to help, or they're covering it up. So I ask, what's your local prince like?
If Pandora is connecting you with us, this is endorsed by the prince. Taking him out, that is.
Okay.
We have had. I don't know. I feel like if anybody should talk about our conspiracy theories, it should be Xavier.
Why?
I don't think we should be talking about conspiracy theories, no offense, in the car of a
Yeah.
stranger.
That's fine. That's kind of why I stopped.
I'm just.
Well, dear,
I'm not gonna talk about the actual theories, but why would it be me? Why are you assuming
I mean-
I'm the conspiracy guy?
Well, I mean, you're the most.
I'll have someone hit you in the back
passionate
of the
one
head
about
again.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Nitro?
Yeah, because you're the one most passionate about it.
Passion doesn't warrant conspiracy, though.
I love a good conspiracy theory. Please indulge me.
No.
Well, that was quite firm. I do like a firm woman. Tell me, I brought the prince up and you all got rather evasive.
No, I won't get evasive. You want to know how she is? I'll tell you, but out of respect to Cedra, I won't. I do find it odd. Well, no, I guess not. You being thrust into a city where your tower has installed a prince and they didn't tell you anything about her. I wonder if she knows you're even fucking here.
That, my friend, is one of the perks. And I flash the red crescent. That's one of the perks of my position. I don't have to listen to a word your prince says if I don't have to, if I don't want to. Generally, I'm light and deferential. Princes can get rather irritated if you bruise their ego. But if your prince does know I'm here, it's not because I told him.
You see me flinch every time you say that, and I'll say, try to remember when you're talking to me. It's not my friend.
That is a fair point, my friend. That is a fair point. Let me be clear, because it's understandable that you don't respect the authority of the Camarilla. Let me let you in on a little secret. I don't either. My responsibility and my motivation is keeping kindred safe from the prying eyes of things like the Inquisition and those that would wish to do us harm. The Camarilla, the Inner Council, they give me the tools and the information I need to go about my business, but I don't care for intersect politics. I don't care for the sort of restrictions that you, Aman, by the sounds of it, were placed in the night you were forced to join the Coterie. There are means to an end. The target's all I care about.
My priority is to keep my coterie safe. And giving away thoughts of the prince might put us in danger.
Let's be honest. If he wanted to know about the fucking prince, he could find out.
Yeah, but we don't need people knowing that we think such and such about the prince. We don't need the prince knowing that.
I think the prince knows exactly how I feel against her. That's why I'm okay with saying anything.
You all seem very capable, and I mean, there are people I owe favors across the globe. Perhaps after this is done, and we haven't murdered each other, I sort of just laugh a little bit after that. I'll owe you a favor. Kindred over sect. Please remember that.
Yeah, it's usually how this coterie operates.
And I pull out like a rounded pair of like Lennon sunglasses from the inside of my coat and just put them on and focus on the road. I kind of shut down after that.
The Coterie drive into the village. Cars are parked around various places, and the road, such as it is just able to accommodate the particularly lovely vintage Jaguar, and those cars parked off to the side of the road. Bungalows are dotted around the village seemingly at random. None are connected to each other by a terrace or anything else. The small village is surrounded by tall trees, as if the builders decided to cut a hole in the tree line and place the village haphazardly in the middle of it. A few of the villagers are out and walking around. As each of them notice the car driving in, they stop what they are doing, standing still and staring at the car as it drives into their little village.
Kind of look at the passers-by staring at us. Yeah. I'm like, nosy Middle England. Wonderful. I think we best get the information we came for and leave as quickly as possible.
Caleb finds a spot just on the side of the road that hasn't been taken by one of the villagers' cars already. Turns off the engine and turns to the coterie.
Well, who had the dog collar? It was you, wasn't it, Xavier? Yeah. Well, Cedra, if you want to take the lead.
I'm the most unusual looking out of the group. Should I stay in the car?
How many people are standing around staring now? You mentioned.
Cedra,
There's
I'll tell you. Go ahead and answer. Cedra, I'll stay here with Amon. You two can go up, and I'll pull my sleeve up.
Light the brand. Press it into his skin.
It's onto Xavier's skin.
Yes.
1 superficial damage to Xavier.
And I observe her doing this. Well, that looks fun. What did you just do?
It's a thing. And I'll get out of the car.
Say no more.
I knew that was going to come up. But Cedra,
When I get out of the car, I look around and see who's looking at us.
The 3 to 5 people present are all staring at you.
Are they all standing together, or?
Because she's suspicious.
They're dotted
or
around
because
at random places. It's as if,
Oh,
as soon as you
remember
entered
all
into the
this.
village, they stopped what they were doing and just stared at you.
I'll get out of the car, take off my top hat, pull flowers out of it, put the top hat back on, hand the flowers next to Caleb's probably standing next to me. Hand the flowers to Caleb, wave to everyone, and blow them a kiss.
Absolutely no reaction.
The magical Margaret.
Stare at.
Everybody, the magical Margaret. No? Any reaction?
Sensational Cedra, goddammit!
Yes, that's it. Announce your true name to the entire street.
Oh, everyone knows the sensational Cedra.
I'm sorry, I've not been to Oxford in a long time. I want to try and herd these people together. And are they indeed kind when I'm close enough? When I'm close enough to notice?
Yeah, they're kind, and they
Oh, at this
don't
point, I don't
put up
care
any
about 'em.
resistance or anything like that. You can happily shuffle them together into a line or make them do funny
Kind of
poses.
into a group. Kind of into a group, and where's it gone? I am going to use cloud memory to tell them all to forget these aren't the droids they're looking for.
I don't even think you need to roll.
You
for
should
that.
go
It's gonna
home
be
for the
free.
evening. It's very late.
The only thing that changes in them is their jaws sort of drop slightly open. A little bit of drool appears in the corner of 1 or 2 of their mouths. They turn around and just start walking back into their respective houses.
Well, shall we?
Do we know which house is Dave's? Maybe we
Oh,
should
sorry, I
ask
was
if
under the
any of them were Dave.
Wait, didn't
Yeah,
the
I was
caller
under the-
say?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
under the impression the
Martin
address was on the
Village.
collar. Sorry.
They gave us the village and it said give it to Dave.
Oh, the UK's so fucked up.
Sorry, I was under the impression the address was on the collar. Apologies.
Even the guy that lives in the UK was thinking like American. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, normally it would
All
be,
right. So, all right.
but this guy lives in a village, and villages are a little bit creepy.
Oh,
Just as
village.
like the people are moving, yeah, like a little village. Hot
Yeah,
Fuzz.
you
I'm
were
thinking of.
Helping out.
Yeah. I'm going to grab just the last person that's leaving. Just quickly run and grab him on the shoulder and turn him around. It's a small village. I'm hoping there's only one Dave here. We're looking for a Dave.
Dave is here.
Oh God.
Can you point to Dave?
No, he's in his house.
Can you point to Dave's house?
Kine turns around and points, sort of vaguely, at a house that's in the centre of the village. It's the only one in the entire village that, strangely enough, has a Union flag waving outside of it.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Dave's there, man.
Okay, well,
Why does this zombie sound high?
yeah. But I'm gonna wave my fingers in front of his face, just like this.
Everything's fine. Everything's normal. And the Kine turns around
Okay.
and walks back to his house.
Well, just in case it didn't work, I also make sure to do cloud memory again, and yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
See, the problem is at the moment you can't tell if these villagers are under any spell or if this is just normal for this village.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we best go see what we can rouse out of old Dave. After you.
And collar in hand. I did get the collar from Xavier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I walk over to Dave's house.
All right. Yeah, I am following, of course.
Dave's house seems extremely well maintained. The lawn out front is mown to a perfect degree. The curtains to the front room windows are drawn, but look freshly clean. They're even slightly shining in the moonlight.
I'll knock on the door.
Nothing happens.
I knock louder.
How are you doing, like this kind of knocking louder, or are you properly banging on the door?
No, the first knocking was this. The other one, the next one's pounding.
Oh, okay. The door falls off its hinges.
That's
Well-
usually a Mon's thing.
I think that was our cue to go get the muscle. And I hook a thumb back to the jag.
Maybe in a sec. And I leave my head and go, Dave?
Dave's not here, man.
You were waiting to say that.
I really was. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
I say to Xavier, there's no Dave here. It looks suspicious.
David, Amazon.
We don't.
We call it
Amazon.
Sahara.
Yeah. we don't call things by their own name. Remember? I go back to Cedra. I say, yeah, this whole situation looks pretty fucked up. Almost like this is where a cult lives.
We might need backup.
Ooh.
Feel threatened?
Don't you know yet? But I have the feeling that I can't just talk my way out of this.
Okay. You hear me grumble, Amon? And I gently go lay the sniper in the back seat. And then I pull the shotgun out. We're needed at the front lines.
Okay. I get out of the car.
It's not too suspicious, I guess.
Yeah, those people did look weird, but
As we can, guy with a mask, guy with a shotgun.
Bystanders have been dispersed.
At this point,
Did you bring her? Because I noticed he approaches without the sniper rifle. You did bring?
but she's
Svetlana
okay.
doesn't like to be left alone. You understand?
That's the name. I left her on the seat. I didn't put her on the floorboard. It's okay.
I stomp back to the car like a child in a huff and grab the rifle with the strap just over my shoulder because I got my pistol. So yeah, the rifle's kind of on my back and rejoin the group.
Okay.
and at this point,
Talk
before you go into the house,
Suspicious.
we'll take a break. So we'll be right back in about
Don't be suspicious.
10, 15 minutes.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Hear me now. All crimes should be treasured if they bring thee pleasure somehow.
And Xavier have each got their weapon, and Caleb has run back to grab his. And they're standing outside Dave's house, ready to do some crime.
We're the good guys.
Do some crime.
I'm here to do crime and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of gum.
Standing before us, the ever-daunting Dave's house. I suppose I should probably go first.
Is this a... I look at Cedric. Is he narrating? Is this why you asked us to come up here?
I think that's just a Malkavian thing.
That's kind of my
Oh
point.
no, darling, it's a me thing. And I
Sure
step
it is.
in just once, one step into the bungalow, because you mentioned the door fell fully over when we tried to open it. Yeah, cool. So yeah, step in and take a look around properly.
In complete contrast to the very tidy and perfect outdoors, as Armand shuts the fuck up, you can see inside one of the houses it's a complete and total mess. Worn clothes are thrown all over the floor. Half-eaten food that's going mouldy is mixed in. Various pieces of plaster from the wall and ceiling have fallen onto the floor. Dave, for his part, seems to be just sat on top of the mess, completely oblivious to absolutely anything, especially anything being amiss. He sits there blank-faced and looks as the Coterie and the Alastor stand in his house.
Wow. This
Dave?
reminds me of... Look around at the mess for a second. This reminds me of my days at Cambridge.
Cambridge is a dump.
David? Hello, David.
Dave?
You're just waving a hand in front of him.
Yeah.
Doesn't respond.
Wonderful. Anybody here a psychologist? David. You need
Doesn't
to hire a
even blink.
cleaner. Oh. How many
Hey,
more?
Dave?
What's the layout of this bungalow? Sorry.
It's all open floor. Not that you can see a floor underneath the mess.
Okay. Cedric, go ahead.
Hey, Dave, can you tell us what's going on here?
Dave remains
I cast
completely
Compel.
silent. Show me compel.
While she does that, I step in. I'm on, come here. and we pick up the door and we just hold it up so people can't see inside.
Dave turns to you and he says, "We all belong to his flock. Are you part of his flock?"
See, this is the shepherd I know. You happen to be referring to the shepherd, yes?
We belong to his flock. Are
course
you
you
part
do.
of his flock?
Big fan. Big fan. When was the last time you saw him?
The master comes, the master goes. Day turns to night, turns to day, turns to night.
So we aren't sitting and waiting. Could be days. Poke around for anything that doesn't look like it belongs in a bungalow in the English countryside.
Oh, are you going to start looking around Dave's house?
Yeah.
Ah, Dave stands up and charges at you.
I should have asked my next question before you did that. Too late.
Well, David, that's not how you greet guests. Draw very quickly and aim for the knee.
I'm going to say dexterity and firearms at difficulty 2, please.
Okay.
Sticking with it?
Yeah.
Okay. You pull out your pistol and shoot Dave in the kneecap. Unfortunately, in your zeal and haste, you don't show any kind of caution as you just unload most of the clip into Dave's kneecap, blowing it off completely. He falls to the floor and blood spews out, and slowly but surely he bleeds out and passes away.
I look at Cedra and go,
Well, that's not going to be helpful.
Caleb, oh my god.
You know, these guys are really good at grappling.
I just tend to.
I'm really good at talking.
Kind of way.
Let's wait a little bit on the pew-pewing.
I go over. I would like to think, with my experience, I know how to tie a tourniquet, so I try to tie a tourniquet on his leg.
I mean, he's dead.
He said
but
he
sure.
already bled out.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah.
Just from a
Yeah, he
knee?
said he bled out.
Blowing his leg off? People live
He's
from
got
IED.
arteries.
What the? Yeah? This just happened. I shrug and say whatever. He was a fucking.
I will
He's
tell
dead,
you,
Dave.
you are now in an investigation scene.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously no longer
It's gonna be all
in
over this.
combat.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
What words at that? What the fuck?
I mean, it wasn't my
I
bloody
look
intention.
around.
Yeah, just in the future, if you want to question somebody, let us know. If they come swing at you, take a punch. Don't be a pussy. It's okay.
Cedra, wits.
I just kind of.
Awareness. Difficulty 2, please.
I was going to say, I look around among the all of the stuff on the floor and go, I don't even know where to start, and just randomly start looking around. Oh, fuck. I'm going to keep it.
Cedra stands there, just too overwhelmed with where even to start, shrugs her shoulders, and turns to the rest of the coterie.
Armand's just leaning against the door with his arms crossed and kind of shrugs.
I look
Is there a
for.
microwave?
No, but there's a fridge.
Is there a shoe in it?
You can't see through the fridge.
I look for any type of like I don't want to say idols, but stuff that looks like it points to any place, like people that worship like Christians, they have crosses. So
tell you
does
what.
he have anything?
I'll tell you what. Do for me intelligence and investigation at difficulty 2, and we'll see what you find.
You just want to laugh at my character, don't you?
Can I be advising them of... Because if I've been chasing this guy across the world...
2.
Excellent.
You could certainly assist in that way, but Xavier was actually successful. Walks
That's
over
right,
to
yeah.
the fridge.
Now, what I was going to...
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, what I was going to say was if I've been chasing this guy across the world, I'd advise the Coterie of the sort of iconography and stuff to look for, what...
Yeah.
Cult leaders have got their own symbology, and so
occult
look
stuff,
for anything that's got X, Y, and Z on it, and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Xavier, with a strange gut feeling of deja vu, wanders over to the kitchen looking for a microwave. Unfortunately, he doesn't find one, instead turning his attention to the fridge. He opens it up and finds a single trainer inside, alongside a load of blood bags, all filled.
Does it match the other shoe we found
It does not.
in the microwave so long ago?
Everything's connected.
Valid question.
It's real convenient Isaac isn't here tonight, but
Right?
that's a not to you shiver. Anybody hungry? And I hold the tray out.
I can
The
taste
cat
it if that's
certainly
what you
is.
mean, but I don't know if it's going to tell us anything.
No, it was
He scratched and
I was
scratched his
being
head. He gets treats.
just because blood bags can. Anyways, I look at one of the blood bags. Does it have a label on it, or does it look similar to anything we've seen before, like on the docks?
No, and this is strangely suspicious to you because it's completely plain. It's literally just a plastic bag filled with blood. There's no label, no marking on it.
Like a Ziploc?
Looks. Yeah, is it a Ziploc or is it an actual blood bag?
It's an actual blood bag.
Oh, okay.
Looks to me like they're doing it on their own. I mean, I hate to say that I point kind of like to the door to supply their leader, but what surprised me?
They
Especially
have
if
perhaps,
Here, let me see one.
perhaps he has a... What do you call them? Cedra, you mentioned it earlier. You have your own
Like a herd.
bunch of humans that you feed on? That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
Perhaps he... It's very unlike... And you can see Caleb's like doing the mental sort of arithmetic. Well, cult leader, I suppose the biggest fringe benefit would be a herd of sorts. But he's been using them to blow things up in public and cause destruction, not feed.
I mean, I'm sure he keeps them aside to feed. That would make sense. That's what I would do.
Sure, I mean, I have to admit a lot of my interaction with my own kind is granting them their final death, so I appreciate second, third, fourth opinions here.
I take a small sip from the blood bag.
Do taste for blood. for me,
Tasting the
please.
blood. Thank you.
Difficulty is 3. Okay. This is kindred blood. Blood potency is basically the same as yours, Zedra. You would estimate between 8th to 12th generation.
This is kindred blood. I go over to the dude and taste some of his blood.
Taste of blood difficulty 3, please. It is kind blood, but it also, and as you've only just tasted kindred blood, it has the exact same aftertaste as the blood that you just tasted belonging to kindred.
This guy's Gould. With
He's making
blood in
his
his
own-
fridge.
Was.
I point to the guy on the ground. That guy is? Yeah.
With the blood in his fridge.
That's smart, actually.
Like
Means you don't have to babysit.
kindred protein shakes.
Yeah, I mean, if they start to crave your blood, they don't have to wait for you to come back. They just go sip on popsicle.
Capri Sun.
Yeah.
So if we're making the assumption that the blood in the bag is probably the shepherd's, he wanted to keep Dave here. He didn't want him jonesing for a fix before he returned.
I'd take a gander that if we were to assume this is a cult, Dave was the middleman. Maybe he passed down the info from God.
Perhaps let's not throw the G word around. That's a chilling thought. Okay. Well, we need to turn the rest of this place over. I have a feeling it may be a long shot, but hopefully Dave had a way of contacting him if he was the middleman. Poke around for some sort of contact details of any kind.
Wits and investigation. Difficulty 2, please. Wonderful. You look around the absolute tip of a room, before suddenly becoming inspired to search the ghoul's corpse itself. Patting him down, you find a small business card in his back pocket. It merely has a catchphrase on the front. If you are lost and need to be found, followed by a phone number.
Well, this is certainly Jonestown material. Who wants to join a cult today?
Flavored.
It's funny you say that, but no, not today.
It'd be my first
My cult
time.
dance card's a little full.
Mine's not. I'll join.
I need
Give it a
someone
call.
convincing. I've been chasing this bastard across the globe, and I don't know whether he knows what I sound like or not. I'd rather not blow out.
I mean,
chance
let's
finding him.
be serious here. Given the MO you've given, I think I fit the profile better than any of you fuckers.
There, you make a convincing argument, and I flick the card at you.
I pull out my phone, blush a life, and dial the number.
Do a rouse check for me, please.
Already done.
Damn. You call the number on the card, and it leads you straight to an answer machine message, saying that if you wish to be heard, then go to Elsefield. The phone then goes dead.
I hang up and say, looks like we're going to Elsfield.
Well, I do relish the opportunity to drive the old Jag again, shall we?
What else we got to do? Is there anything else we need to find around here?
Nope.
Kind of tow one of the piles.
One of the benefits of my station is the council can clean up after me if need be. I'll probably get a slap on the wrist, but it's fine. I'm looking around for because what I don't want to do is leave with the door busted down and just a dead body
Well, they've done worse. I wouldn't worry.
It's true.
I would
Caleb's
worry.
very particular about covering his tracks. That's all.
I would say to help, because if the door fell down and we went in, if the people around already didn't start to crowd around to see what was going on, then obviously they don't care. So I would help to like prop the door back up to at least cover it up. They may think it's normal.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, they come around.
Amon just takes the door out of the door frame and sits it against the wall and does the motion of after you.
All right, well,
Quite a
I'm
change
not
for
used to
Armon.
doors.
This will be quite a change for Armon, putting a door back on its hinges.
Yeah, right? Yeah, when we entered the house, I really wanted to be like, I wanted to point at it and just be like, Citra, it's rubbing off on you.
You head out, and Armon places the door back on its hinges. It takes him a couple of attempts to figure out exactly how it works.
Yeah, I've never built a door before. I've only done the opposite.
Would you all like to head back to the Jag?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As we
Yeah,
head back, I look for anyone else on the street.
Strangely enough, it's deserted and quiet. Not even any curtain twitchers. Which is particularly weird in an English village when there are strangers there. Strangers! New jeans!
I noticed Cedric kind of scoping straight now. You mentioned your prince. Might be a good idea to tell them to keep an eye on this village just in case.
This isn't in Oxford, is it?
No.
She's not going to care.
Shit. This is why I hate Camarilla politics.
Welcome to my life.
Okay.
What do you think about going up one other house?
What you gonna do there?
Sell
See if it's the
Avon?
same. Oh,
They have Avon in
I thought you
England?
meant in the village.
But it's called Shavon.
Yeah, I meant in the village.
Shavon, yeah.
Shavon.
I think we're inviting more trouble if we do that. I think we best just leave. Hopefully, if we find the shepherd and put a stop to what he's doing, things will return to what passes for normal here.
I don't care about that so much. Just looking for clues. But yeah, you're right. Let's go.
All right, and jump in the driver's seat of the Jag.
You all head into the car, start the engine up, and drive off into the moonlight towards Elsfield. Is there anything you wish to discuss on your drive?
When I gave you the card, Xavier, my friend, you expressed a sentiment that struck me as odd. It almost could have come from the mouth of a Malkavian. Makes me laugh. That if anyone here were to join a cult, it would be you. Is there anything I have to worry about?
I said, based on the MO you gave us, if anybody was to join this cult.
I think he meant that he is the target audience.
Yeah. You know, black pants, leather jacket, give two fucks about you and everybody else around. It's not that I want to join a cult. I'm just saying I might be able to get in.
Well, I commend you for being proactive.
Yeah, what you believe in? Me too. All right.
Plus, it's Xavier's turn.
I don't know. I heard if you get 5 on your punch card, they give you something for free.
Wrong bolt.
Just concentrate on the road again.
The car carries on its drive into Elsfield.
Pawn Chuck Dude ever given us a punch card?
No. Armand going over
Nothing
different
for
flavours of
Kroger?
Flavour Aid in his head as they're driving.
Grape, cherry, grape.
Lime?
Oh, lime. Yeah, there's a lime.
Blue?
The Coterie head towards Elsfield, an isolated area well outside the city of Oxford. The only landmark among the fields in Elsfield, apart from children, is a single house surrounded by a low stone wall. The house is unlit and quiet. As they approach the house, the coppery smell of vitae fills their senses. They can already smell it in the car.
Oh. Someone's having a party.
Yeah, I haven't experienced the smell that strong since the Masquerade Ball.
God. Well, I think it's safe to say we probably found the target. Or I hope we have found the target, because if we haven't, it could get worse. Sorry, did you say we were now pulled up?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Seems like a waste of blood to me.
I'm sure.
I'd agree, but in my experience, the phrase "waste of blood" isn't in the shepherd's vocabulary.
Also, if he's Shamir, they kind of play in this shit, so he would need this much.
Precisely. Well, wits about you, and try not to get shot or stabbed in the back. Let's go. Right, open the car again and fetch Svetlana from the trunk.
I'll hop out and just wait for everybody.
Same. I'll follow Caleb
You
when he
said-
goes in.
Is it like a low wall and then like a bit of a ways up to the single house in the middle?
Yes.
While we wait, I look around for cameras.
There are no
Oh,
cameras. As you look, there's not even a burglar alarm present, which you would think a house out here, basically in the middle of nowhere, would at least have a burglar alarm. But it strikes you as odd that it doesn't.
No, well,
For kind.
Oh
maybe.
god, it doesn't have a guard dog, does it?
or a trap of some kind. That way they can get away with more shit.
I mean, it's a Tremere. This place is probably warded on every surface.
Yeah.
I'm going to post up at the low wall on this side of the low wall with the rifle. How many doors? I'm looking through the scope now up at the place.
You can see
Doors,
just the
windows,
one main
entry
front door.
points. On the floor.
One front door,
Windows.
main front door. You've got one window on the left of it, one window on the right of it, and 3 windows on the second floor above.
I see anything from?
Nope. The house is completely unlit.
I can't see anything from here.
I will
Perhaps-
approach with Silence of Death on.
Are you going up the stone path and up to the front door?
Yes.
In that case,
As-
I would like you to roll.
Okay, I said okay.
Oh, no, sorry, go on.
I was going to say as cautiously as possible because I did say that it seemed like it might be trapped too.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Wits and resolve
I'm
at difficulty
covering
4,
as well.
please.
Ward. 4, you said?
4, I said.
Reroll it.
Okay. Xavier starts to go up the long stone path towards the front door. But before he can cross the threshold into the main property itself, it suddenly strikes him that this is private property, this is someone's house. He can't just barge in there. That would be rude. That would be trespassing.
I'll turn around and go back. Nah, this is not good. We shouldn't be here.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not about shouldn't, my boy. It's about we kind of have to be here.
No.
Oh dear Lord! All right, stand up. And
You got my back?
Yeah, of course.
I walk up to the door.
Wits and resolve at difficulty 4, please.
I'm re-rolling. I can re-roll 2, right?
You can re-roll up to 3, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm not going to re-roll this. Yeah. Where do I re-roll?
It's on your character
Kidding.
sheet.
There's a
Under
button.
willpower, there's a button that says WP reroll. Oh!
Ah!
Samesies.
Cedra attempts to walk up to the property. As soon as she's about to cross the threshold, though, she finds herself unable to. A dog begins to bark in her head, and she can feel her beast slowly rising within her, beginning to take control. She's frustrated, she's angry that why can't she just walk up to the path? What's stopping her from just walking up to the path? At the same time, this dog is growling in her head, warning her not to go up to the path. Cedra is going to suffer from Cedra is going to suffer from the dominance frenzy. She cannot use teamwork and performs any action that avoids establishing dominance or challenging authority at a 2 dice penalty to their rolls. This compulsion ends when she has won and gloated over it.
We got 3 Broja now tonight.
It's not good when Cedra's a Broja.
She's not used to it. She can't handle it.
So it was the threshold I couldn't walk up to?
Correct. You can't cross over the threshold.
Can I walk behind the house?
Yep.
I walk behind the house.
Yep. You just find
Caesar, where are you going? I follow her.
you just find
I've got this.
the stone wall becomes this more modern brick wall, about 10 foot tall.
Are there windows?
There are windows, but you can only see the second floor window from where you are without moving backwards. And you would probably
There's no
see
first
about,
floor windows?
you wouldn't be able to see them. The wall obscures your view.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
There are 4 windows.
There are. How tall is this wall?
10 foot. No idea what that is in meters, so please don't ask.
British are weird. I don't think Cedra can climb 10 foot.
Caleb's like trying to grasp what the hell's going on with this door, and Mark knows, but Caleb doesn't. And he's going to stop for a minute. I can do this. I can do this thing. If I just okay, I've never gotten this to work by my own volition anymore. And storyteller, I know how premonition works, but Caleb doesn't, and he's going to try and force it. So you see, come on.
Caleb stands there, looking slightly constipated.
See, sometimes the visions just come to me, but it's never when I bloody well need it. And he just like stops up to the door.
Wits, resolve at difficulty 4, please.
Yeah, I thought that was coming. All right.
Watch it be like 12 dice or some stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good chance of getting that. Stupid die.
Wait, apologies. How do I roll those together?
Hit resolve first, and it should come up with wits in the secondary menu.
Because Xavier's like, I told you not to go up there. We're intruding space.
You can re-roll 3 dice if you'd like.
Isn't it difficulty 4?
Yeah. You can get critical though.
Yeah, so
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter, does it?
You get 2 zeros.
If you roll 2 zeros, it'll be a 5.
Be a
If
5.
Yeah,
you
2
get
zeros will be a
3.
4.
Yeah, all right, I'll do that.
Okay. Underneath willpower, there's a button that says WP reroll. Use that, and it'll bring a little pop-up box.
It's actually helpful in this
Oh, right.
moment.
So
funny part is that
I'll
probably
click the reroll on it. WP reroll, gotcha.
Fast cart in the chat will tell
And,
you all about it.
3 reroll 3 dice.
Yes, please.
yes.
Yeah, it defaults to 3.
You attempt to cross the threshold, but you yourself are overcome with this overwhelming compulsion to not trespass on this property. You don't understand why. You just feel compelled to move away from it and not break into this poor man's house.
Wait. He got 4 successes.
No, that was a misroll.
He hit the reroll button. That was what
I
the
clicked the wrong button. Yeah. That's
Okay, I
silly
can't
me not
scroll.
understanding that twice. I turn around just like with this disgusted. Someone else is pushing their wants and desires into my head, and they do not want me to go in there. And our shoulders kind of slumped, defeated, and I just walked back down the path with like Svetlana clutched in my hand, like.
I'm just kind of sitting there looking at Cedra trying to figure out what her idea is. Because she's definitely not telling me.
Cedar picks up a rock and throws it at one of the windows.
Oh my god!
I was thinking of that earlier, actually.
Yeah, I don't think you even need to roll for that. That'll be a success. And you smash one of the window panes. You vandal.
You're the one
My
that said that you're
rifle
crying.
comes up. My rifle comes up straight away, aiming through the window that she put the rock through to see if there's any movement.
I'm behind the house.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you are. Then I don't do that at all because I can't see that you just did that. I just heard a smash, and that's what I reacted to. There you go.
I'm going to use one of my powers that I've never used before. Hold on, what was it called?
Well, prowess?
Right. No, I'm going to use Uncanny Grip. And I'm going to try and climb the wall a little bit and try and peek up over it.
I just want to point out that 10 feet is
Oh,
nowhere
are you
near
like a
50
lizard?
meters. But okay.
I know, but
Yeah,
I don't want to jump all the way over there. I just want to peek over it.
Okay.
Kilroy it.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the Spider-Man thing.
Right. Spider-Man.
Okay, do a rouse check for me, please.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Was he Jamaican now?
Yeah.
The Spider-Man.
Essentially, the big block of text says that if anybody tries to figure out if I climb the wall, it's like a difficulty 2 check.
Yeah, you're fine. You make your sticky way up the wall and stick your head over.
It's less sticky and more just like I'm digging my fingers into the wall.
No, it's sticky.
So it's like crunch. Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Okay.
I mean, sure, normally
Amazing.
it's sticky in there, but
But that's not
Oh,
funny.
no, I know. It's storyteller. Yeah, I know. I'm agreeing. But yeah, I just peek up over the wall and see and look around to see what's on the other side.
You can see a very, very small, narrow garden, probably only 5 foot wide by 5 foot across. No, 5 by 5. Strangely enough, you don't feel any weird compulsion telling you to get off the wall, telling you to stop looking, or anything like that.
I look back over at Cedra and I go, I think it's safe to go this way. And I'll reach my arm down to like offer to like pull her up and over the fence.
No, I'm good. And I walk over to the side of the house.
At least, and as you're walking away, I'm like, at least tell Xavier he can come this way.
Side of the house, just literally the side of the building, all the way up.
Okay.
Last week it was two
move to Xavier.
flying guards. This week it's a building.
They've gone jumping over the wall like a bunch of common vandals. I think we should follow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I because I was looking at the power to see how long it lasted because I didn't want to have to cast it again if I climb off the wall and then come back. I go back around to the front of the house to the two, and I just go, there's a pretty decently tall wall that there's nothing really guarding anybody from going over it. And also, Siege's being weird again.
Always a little bit weird.
Like me weird or weird?
Like uncooperative, which is uncharacteristic.
Oh, she's being like me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen this before. I've got a wonderful climb over the wall. Have I got to roll anything to climb over the wall?
Nope.
No. So I climb over the wall. Cedra,
I didn't have to.
rock, paper, scissors.
I'm not over the wall.
No.
Oh, I thought you weren't.
She
No,
went
I'm over on
around
the side of the
house.
house. No, I didn't think I'd be able to scale the wall, actually.
Yeah, that's why I
No,
offered.
well, I'll have seen you on the way to the wall, and yeah, I got you. Rock, paper, scissors. Go like that.
Why?
Trust me, rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, fine.
And I hold just slightly so that I'm the losing one to her victory. So let's say you do scissors, I'm like paper.
Okay.
Yeah, he hesitates to pick the right one.
I hesitate just slightly so that I'm like, okay, paper. There, you win. Do you feel any better?
Cedra
Do I
has to gloat
storyteller?
over it.
I mean, yeah, of course I won.
I've never been defeated in rock, paper, scissors ever. And I've been alive since 1955.
Well, so of course I would win. I mean, obviously I'm going to beat you in rock, paper, scissors. I mean, duh.
Cedra had a willpower
mean-
point.
Actually, I'm from the 90s, so I'd actually say, well, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
The clueless response. Capital C, Clueless, the movie.
I was waiting for a. Of course, I won. I'm the sensational Cedra.
Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah, what he said.
Wonderful. Well, now that we're all in our right mind, should we go poking around? I gesture to the wall.
I climb over the wall.
I go to where Amon's at. Is he still like on the wall?
No, I'm not. I'd probably be
just
mid-climb.
over there.
The wall. Just
I
climb
climbed
the
off
Hang
the
him
wall
on.
to go get. Yeah, so yeah.
I just beat him in rock, paper, scissors.
Do you feel better now?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'll have to make sure I keep that idea on hand. Maybe stuff like tic-tac-toe isn't
Not gonna
as
work.
difficult as I thought. Or as useless as I thought. I do
Alright,
the thing
so-
again, right? I climb most of the way up the wall and I reach out to give Cedra a boost.
I'm assuming I'm good now.
Yeah. And you can
I
have a
grab him
willpower
on
point, by the way.
I grab Amon's hand and climb over with him.
Yeah.
No problem. You're all in the back garden now, I take it?
Yeah.
And you can see a back door that leads into the property.
Approach the back door.
That's
Am
fine.
I feeling any weird?
Nope.
Okay. It's a back door to what I assume is a garden. So is there a window or?
There's, very similar to the front, but there's just one window onto the left side of the door. On the right side, it's just plain brick wall.
Okay. Right, just poke through the window. Like that.
You can see a very pristine, but very bare, clean kitchen.
I think it's a show home. I'll promise not to shoot anyone in the leg straight away. I think we should go in.
Okay.
middle of nowhere.
I check the doorknob to see if it's locked.
It's not locked.
Surprising.
He kicks in the door anyway.
Yeah, right. No. No, I carefully open the door. Trying to be sneaky a little bit.
It's inside the
Nice.
house. It seems clean, pristine, with just barely enough furniture to make it seem like the place is lived in, though it is still factory fresh. Several of the items even have price tags still attached to them. The open plan floor shows the entire house is set up exactly like a show house. Not a single doorway is even present, and it would appear there is no upstairs.
Can we
Caleb was
keep the
just being
second story
cool.
windows?
Right.
Not on the inside.
I check the refrigerator.
The refrigerator is basically empty, though you do see paper backing of food.
Hmm.
Did I
And the
English that
power's
well?
on.
There is no power. Oh wait, sorry. There is power.
Okay.
There's
I'm not sure if that was drunk or James
Yeah.
Bond or a bit of both.
I look for surveillance side.
There is nothing surveillance-wise on the inside.
How tall is the ceiling?
About 10 feet.
It's like typical, or is it
Yeah,
tall?
it's just typical.
Which I think is actually about 10 feet.
Probably is, yeah. I shouldn't look in Japan. They've got very small-sized houses.
This
Isn't
is
this kind of a Tremere trope? Don't they like their show houses?
This is making the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
I look around. Is there a Tremere logo anywhere? Like on the walls or anything?
No, but I'd like you to roll awareness and occult. No, sorry, wits and occult. Difficulty
Okay.
is 2.
Okay. All right. I'm no Isaac, but I'll try. Yeah! I have 0 in occult.
Armand scans around the room, and he finds a very weird out-of-place crack amongst the wall. Instantly, from his experience being with the SI, will recognise this as a secret door.
Just from my experience, not knowing specifically that it's related to the SI.
Yeah, just your experience. Usually,
Okay.
Like, it's a secret door.
Just
that
double
is.
checking.
I know that shit. That's a secret door. Seen that.
I guess the code. No, I'm kidding. Hey guys, I figured out our way in. Or I found our way in. I haven't figured it out yet.
Bloody good job. I'm assuming Armand sort of points this out so we all can see it now.
Yeah, I point out where the general door is.
Can we tell how to open the door?
General door.
Yeah, is there an obvious mechanism or?
I mean, it wouldn't. You'd be able to look at it and just figure out. You could either pull on the crack or you could pull on a bit of something from it. That's not going to be your main obstacle to this door. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah, then if I know that it's just a pull door, I'm gonna attempt it.
Resolve in occult difficulty 2, please.
Ooh. Well, I have more resolve than I do wits, so.
And you are a massive cult.
Right. Oh, hold on. I clicked the wrong button. Cult and.
Ooh, just barely. The secret door slides swiftly and silently open, revealing the obscured staircase elegantly made and leading down.
This is starting to look more like it.
Once again, I do the after you motion.
No.
As I pass him on the way down, I'd be like, "It's that fucking time you did something correctly."
Oh, don't be mean.
I'm not being mean. It's just the past couple times he's kind of fucked up these operations.
He unlocked the last door for us. We all have days with bad luck.
Amon, don't listen to him. You did a bloody wonderful job.
No.
Oh.
Nobody's acknowledging that this time. And yes, Cedra, yes.
I mean, I agree with him. I did kind of try and eat you last week.
Well, it was mutual. Sorry.
It was. I was there. That was a hoot. You should have seen that.
There's a werewolf involved too. And I walked down the stairs.
You ever seen a Bruja?
Take an aggravated willpower damage.
Oh my. How does
Because
that
you just
usually feel
admitted
again?
to having worked with a werewolf.
Uh-huh.
But I thought
an
that was
Alastor.
common knowledge. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I was going to ask.
Well,
I haven't mentioned it yet, but
s-
do I know
well,
that?
Hold on. I said that there was a werewolf involved. I didn't say we were working with it.
Oh,
Take
that's
a
good
superficial
argument.
willpower point damage.
Okay.
That's a compromise.
And also, swivel on this.
I've already got one aggravated. I don't want another one.
Look,
Because they're hard to get back.
Descending the newly found
Werewolves are-
staircase. Oh, sorry, go on.
werewolves and attacking each other, and honestly, we could have used the werewolf today. Let's face it.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No, we couldn't.
I think we've had worse nights.
Oh, we have.
Descending the newly found
Alright,
staircase into the. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, I was about to say I'll descend the stairs, so sorry.
Oh, cool.
Continue.
Oh, we're working together. We're in sync.
Yeah.
Into the bowels of the house, the coterie expected darkness, but instead found the room below well lit and filled with strange laboratory equipment laid out in an orderly fashion. Sat in the corner, writing in an old book, is a seemingly well-dressed man.
Now this is Tremere.
Yeah.
Guys, it's Heisenberg.
Caleb? Is that you?
We gotta cook.
You're finally here! Wait. Are you here? I can't recall. Shut up! No. Not you. Wait. Maybe you. Just let me think straight a moment.
He does this. Just let him run over.
Okay, gotcha.
Who is this?
I'm going to take a look at the man quite closely. Is it who I'm looking for?
It is the shepherd.
All right.
This the shepherd?
Didn't you say he was Tremere?
Also, why do you know him? Have you met before?
Well, I've been trying to kill him for about a year, so yes. How have you been?
Yeah, it's not bad. I've been doing things, keeping busy, starting a couple of cults here and there. For you, it's been a while.
He knows
Are
this
we
isn't
supposed to
personal. I have a job. Yeah, I have a job. He's doing his thing. It's not personal. It's just he's
Yeah,
on the
we
list,
don't,
right?
we don't have to hate each other. I mean, he's just doing what he's supposed to do.
Fuck you mean we don't have to...
Caesar pulls a sword and puts it to the shepherd's neck.
Oh, look at
You
Caleb.
can't. As you approach the shepherd, something just splats in your face, and you can't proceed any further. And the shepherd sees this, and he says she fell for it. I know, just... Jesus. Fuck. What? When did you get here?
Would you
Who are
mind?
you?
Would you mind just releasing my friend?
Caleb! Is that you, Caleb?
Last time I checked.
You should always check who you are, trust me. You should always check who you are.
Oh, you're behaving a little more like me these days.
No, you're behaving more like me. Shut up. Do you know what it's like? This voice just in your head constantly, and it's insane. Well, you didn't say it was insane when I told you Caleb was coming. I didn't believe you. I'm sorry.
And
What were you
just
saying?
very quickly, the sort of jovial look on Caleb's face just drops to a frown. Not even a frown, just a stone cold stare. And the gun comes up, and I'm going to shoot him in the head.
That's going to be a free action. In fact, you shoot straight at the shepherd. Unfortunately, you just see this bullet hole appear where the shepherd is. And obviously, the bullet hole is quite remarkably in the forehead. The shepherd looks up and he says, "That's very nice." He does want to kill me.
Well,
What about me?
you
I'm
know
here
what I
too.
came here to do.
He has a job to do. I told you about this, but he doesn't want to do it so enthusiastically.
I have no way to see auras, do I?
No. They fell for the
quickly look
obvious
around
trick.
for-
Well, sometimes you can put as many wards up as you want, and they get in quite clearly. I told you we should have put a ward on the back. No one goes in the back door. They went in the back door, quite obviously. That's why they're here.
I'm putting this in the chat just so I can read it real quick to see if it's useful.
What else is in the? You mentioned the equipment and whatnot. What else is in the room in the way of furniture and that kind of thing?
There's stools, lab equipment, Bunsen burners, that kind of thing. Nothing out of the ordinary for a weird laboratory run by an undead monster.
Pull up a stool and take a seat on it with the gun still trained on the shepherd.
So when he tried to shoot him, there's a bullet hole in the head, but nothing happened?
There's a... There's a bullet mark, but there's no... There's a bullet mark, but there's no... There's a bullet hole in the head, but nothing happened? There's a... No. There's a bullet mark, but there's no... 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 There's a bul exactly where he's shot, and it would have been right in the shepherd's forehead. But you notice the shepherd is moving, but the bullet hole is not.
It's just a free-floating bullet hole.
There's like a shield of some kind in the way, I think.
Mm-hmm. Shiv, I know I'm probably not going to get any information out of it, but can I cast Sense the Beast on him? Just to see if I get anything weird back?
Yes, all right. You resolve an animalism. Well, that's all right then. That's going to be fun. I'm not going to re-roll that.
It's going to be fun.
You look upon him and your eyes glow red. You can see that on the right-hand side is a very strange, red, aggressive aura. On the other side is a green, jovial aura.
He diablerized somebody, didn't he? And he's stuck
That's what I was
with their
thinking.
personality.
That's why I asked.
Mm-hmm. And I just kind of casually mention out loud, I mean, I know that multiple personality disorder is a thing, but with him, it's quite literal. There's two beasts. I'm sensing two different beasts from within him.
Mm-hmm. Now I see why you want to diablerize him.
Did you eat somebody?
He did. Shut up. No. He's fucking lying. He fucking ate me. Look at me. I'm trapped in this fucking monstrosity of a body. Do you know what he does every night? It's disgusting. Shut up. No.
No, I think he should keep talking. What does he do every night?
Don't encourage him. He wants to eat it. He wants to hear me. Finally, someone wants to... No one wants to hear you. It's just be quiet. Look, you give me the left side of your body to control. I'm going to fucking control it as best as I can. You give me the right side of your body. I'll control it as best as I can. Yeah, the right side was the one useful side. I used this with my left hand. Do you know how long it took me to finally be able to do things with my left hand? I still can't even write my own signature properly. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass that is when I have to apply for fake credit cards? You don't need fake credit cards. You just use the people and their money. Shut up! There are
Gentlemen,
other people
please
here.
calm down. You're making me look sane. Listen. I just want to have a conversation with the gentleman that you ate. If you do me the courtesy, perhaps I can grant you some sort of lenience.
You shouldn't be leaning on people. That's not what he means. He's trying to do us a deal here. I don't want a deal. I want him to know what you've done to me. Why do you get an opinion? You're only in control of 50% of this body, and you didn't even have the body in the first fucking place. There's a leasehold, all right? Do you know what he's... I can't stand having this voice inside of me.
You said there was a work table with a bunch of like scientific stuff on it?
Yes.
I push a glass off the table and break it.
You will hear in almost what sounds like two voices. The hell is wrong with you? That was perfectly organized.
I'll do it again until you answer his question, and I'll start to answer another one closer.
You know, he's the one who could help us get out of here. Him. How?
I throw it on the floor.
You know, if you keep doing that,
Shatter.
I won't tell you what you about Edwin.
Edwin, carry on.
No! You could certainly
up on
kill
that.
me, but you could let me
Wait,
go,
guys?
and I'll tell you about Edwin.
Which one of you is trying to get out?
Either one of us. That's not fucking true. Look, there was an incident. An incident. There was an event. And there was... Look, I tried something once, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it for either of us.
Look, you who's
just
stuck
want
inside.
this-
Yeah, you who's stuck inside him. I dare say you don't want to be stuck in there forever.
Well, I mean, it's quite comfortable. The mind is a total weird shambles.
I cast Daunt. And I will start to walk them.
You can probably get within 5 feet, and then you just can't move any further. You can physically feel something there. It's not like the ward or anything like that. Nope, it's all...
force field.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I punch it.
Ow.
Do strength and strength for me.
I do strength and investigation.
3.
Okay, that's wonderful. You punch it, and at the point of impact, you can see cracks starting to appear.
Tell me what you just said again.
Him or me?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, now, of course, he's gone completely quiet, which is wonderful, but I think he had something about Edwin.
Bring him back.
What's an
I want to
Edwin?
know where he goes.
I mean, it's not like a switch. I can't just turn it on and off.
I punched the whatever it is again.
Strength and intimidation, please. And add... Is it...
I also have not been adding a point of strength from Theo Bell's jacket to all my strength rolls. So I get that at least. And Daunt, I think, lets me add my presence rating to intimidate.
Yeah.
So is that a +2 modifier for intimidation and strength? 4.
That's going to go to you on a draw. The scary man wants to know about Edwin. I will tell him about Edwin. But I want to walk out of here in one piece. 2. Or is it half? I'm not sure. Whatever the maths work is, I want to be able to leave.
Well, my friend, that depends on what you say and how he feels based on what you said. So I expect you spill the beans on everything you know, especially about it.
What do you know about the beans?
It's a secret recipe, my dude.
Ask Beretta.
Edwin Trujillo. He's been captured by the Second Inquisition. Nobody expected it. He's forced to work for them. Yes, I am notoriously secret, but finding and raiding their places might generate some sort of lead.
I cross my arms and I go, why would they use one of us?
Why wouldn't they? What better way to infiltrate our secret society by using one of our own members against us?
So glad they said
Jesus.
it before I had to.
At your mouth is fucking
Doesn't-
loose.
No, yeah, keep being loose. I swear to God, I'll come through here and fucking kill you myself.
He thinks he can come through here and get us. He doesn't understand. It was actually a good idea of yours for once. It's nice when we work together. Why can't we do this more often? Because you're an asshole.
I
Oh.
activate prowess and punch it again.
Okay. Strength and strength.
I love
And
this.
add your prowess rating. Oh yeah, no. Rouse check, of course.
And Theo Bell's jacket. Now that I'm remembering all these rolls,
Yep.
I get.
I love this. This is great.
I had the potence at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
5.
You smash the mirror once more with your fist. The cracks go across the entire width of the room, and suddenly a mirror breaks in front of you, and standing before you is just a plain brick wall. Well, that
Turn
didn't
around.
last very bloody long, did it? Well, it kept them busy for a while, didn't it?
I
Where do
turn
we
and
hear
look at
the-
the Alastor.
Yeah, where do we hear the voices coming from?
Yeah, which direction they come from?
All around. You can't particularly tell.
Gotcha.
Oh,
What's behind us?
hocus pocus.
With Dawn activated and smashing that mirror, if I have to come through this fucking brick wall, I will find you and I will make sure you suffer. Come out now and tell me what the fuck you know about Edwin.
Strength
I
intimidation
listen to him.
with a +1 modifier from Caleb.
Strength and intimidation.
Yeah.
Plus all my extra rolls because I'm
Yep.
ridiculous.
Yep.
3, 5.
The negotiator.
Well, I mean, you could go through the wall. That would be a very strange thing to do. You haven't already guaranteed my safety.
You need help.
Yes, there's this really scary Alastor that's been chasing me down. Have you seen him?
I have.
He scares the daylights out of me. He's right there. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why can't you see this? What's going on? They can't see us. I don't...
I shoot Cedra a very, very sharp look.
So, you want out of here? Out of this house?
I believe that we both wish to leave here with as much of our unlife intact as we possibly can. I couldn't care less.
Where's here?
This room. She's a strange woman. She doesn't even know where she is. How did she break the wall to get it? I told you she went through the back. I wanted to put a ward on the back or something like that, but you were like, oh, no one's going to go in
Excuse
the
me,
back
gentlemen.
door.
Are we in the same room right now?
Yes. And why did I tell you that?
I can't help you if I can't see you.
Charisma, persuasion.
Damn. Oh.
She has a point, you know. I think this is a stupid idea. Think this was a stupid idea? Look at the predicament we're in now. You raise a fair point. And there, sitting in a chair, on the opposite side of the room to where you thought he was originally, is the shepherd.
I blink
I
over
walk over.
to be right in front of them before anybody can get there. I don't do anything. I just blink. I don't.
I'm very much behind him with a gun drawn.
Where are
We
they holding?
both know. I would answer him if I were you.
I mean, who knows? It's the Second Inquisition. Do I look like I'm a member of the Second Inquisition?
I mean, this is some pretty damning information you have. So if you've got that much information, yeah, I would assume you've had more.
It wasn't me that knew that. It was me.
Who are you?
Does that matter anymore? I'm not sure I even have a name anymore.
You want to live? I step
Don't
aside.
listen to me. Him. Me. Don't listen to that. Yes,
Give us your name.
I'm the shepherd.
That's not an. That's
I mean,
a
How the
title.
bloody hell did anyone ever drink this Kool-Aid? Listen, you lunatic. That's coming from me. Answer these bloody questions, and we can deal with our business when you're done.
But what if I can't help him? I don't know the answers. I've given you all the information I possibly can. How do you expect me to make contact with the Second Inquisition and live?
Can I, insight check to see if he's lying?
There is an insight trait
Skill, insight.
or skill, yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Do intelligence and insight. That's going to go to you. As far as you can tell, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this so it doesn't sound even weirder. The information you're being given is factual.
It was more when he says, "Is that all he knows?" That was sort of what I was checking.
Yes. You don't
Well-
feel any kind of deception on his part.
Okay. Well, I don't think he has any more information to you. Now, Shepherd, dear boy, let me be frank.
I thought you were Caleb.
You're on the
Thought you were
list.
The list? The list? Have you checked
You
it twice?
You understand what that means, yes?
No. He's talking about the fucking
Well-
red list. It's like the fucking FBI's the FIB's most wanted.
It means they send me. And if I don't get the job done, it means they send someone much scarier than me that will make it much more painful, and you're not escaping from them.
They'll send me.
So here...
Do I get to escape?
I don't know of a reversal for diablerie.
Ebliad.
This is why you don't eat Malkavians.
Yeah. You find that out now after you've done it.
True, I did. I didn't diabolize him.
Let me make your choice perfectly clear. Final death at my hands will be quick and relatively painless. Final death at the hands of whoever they send next will most assuredly not be.
Can I take a moment to negotiate with my counselor, please?
Go ahead.
If they look like they leave, I will go to grapple.
Oh no, he's
I'm
just
already...
sort of,
The gun is not off
Yeah,
him,
just
so.
he's just turning his head and just silently whispering to himself.
Fucking disappeared. Okay, so
In my head, I say to Xavier, with the wards they have set up in here, it may not be possible to kill them. But if we can lure them outside, it might be easier.
I've negotiated with my legal counselor, and he is going to speak on my behalf, if that's all right with you.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
Lady! Gentlemen! Alastor! I put it to you. that you can't knowingly bring final death to this kindred. The Red List itself has but one name on it. Is that not true?
I don't know. They tell me that whoever's on the list, it's not an actual list that I carry around with me.
Well, you have been tasked with bringing final death to the shepherd. Is that true?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like it known and recorded that he said that this is true and accurate. I put it to you, therefore, that you cannot... No! I'm entitled to my defense, sir.
You're entitled to make up some random fucking thing after I ask you what your name was and you replied the shepherd? Sure, and my other name is fucking Bocephus. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Objection. You didn't have
Sustained.
a name.
Wait, what?
We asked you for your name, and you only gave us shepherd.
Well, would you like me to get to my point, or would you like to carry on interrupting me?
No, because now you're making up something.
I put it to you that you can't bring final death to this body because there are two of us here. And if you bring final death to someone who is not the shepherd, then would you not be in violation of the traditions? The tradition of destruction.
The shepherd already prescribed final death on you when he ate your soul.
Bollocks.
Objection sustained, and I just stand up and shoot him in the head.
Yeah, I'm going to let you do that for free. And I would say that will be a success. I don't think you need to roll for that. Point blank range, all that sort of thing. Shooting him in the head. Dead.
Well, that was bracing.
Go over and search.
Is there a bookshelf in the room?
Yes.
Of course.
I look through the bookshelf.
Are you looking for something in specific?
Books I might find interesting that I want to take with me.
I don't think you'll find anything of particular relevance or interest to you.
I go
I'm
search.
not Isaac. I still gotta look at the bookshelf.
I go search his body to see if he's got a wallet or any other like.
There is no body. This will have faded to ashes and
yeah.
dust.
Well, his clothes would be there, right?
Let's assume they
Technically, I
are.
believe so, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The body fades away, but
You're obviously not gonna find anything though, because Shiver didn't plan for that.
yeah,
Yes.
that's fine.
I walk
oh,
over
hang on,
to Xavier
hang on.
as he searches through. Oh, yeah.
You search through the body, and you find a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle.
I throw it through the wall.
I'll
Yeah.
just pace over to Xavier while he plays with his rubber chicken and just sort of gesture to him. Is that a personal issue?
My sire.
Good God. You know, I never knew who my sire was.
Good.
It was 89. I'd been posted in Berlin for 10 years at that point. And the night the wall came down, the Soviets issued a death warrant. Do you know what Schmidt Spearman means?
No.
Means death to spies. And I lift up my shirt to reveal the only wounds on my body from my mortal life, which is a spray of machine gun fire down my side.
I know that red cry box.
I'll have you know it's called Necro Donalds over there.
And yeah, he takes a moment. Someone found me as I was right on the edge of death, and here I stand. I suppose, from what I've just gauged from your reaction, that perhaps knowing one's sire isn't all it's cracked up to be?
Sounds to me you were given this gift out of pity.
I suppose I'll never know, which is probably why I find myself doing precisely the same thing with my unlife as I did with my life. Look, I may be so bold, I know you'd never agree to it, but it's a shame you're not Camarilla, because you'd make a bloody great Alastor. To that end, I'll poke around with some of my contacts and I'll see what I can dig up for you. Consider it a thank you for your help this evening. Oh, and take this, and I hand Svetlana to you.
Amazing.
Now, she needs a good oiling at least once a week.
Yeah.
And sometimes, if she starts talking to you, just sing her a nice lullaby, and it tends to go. She tends to go silent.
Let's
I whisper
agree
to him,
that-
my sword doesn't talk to me.
let's agree. If that happens, I'll give you a call. You to her.
Okay, I can't say fairer than that. Well, I mentioned a marker earlier this evening, and I'm a man of my word. So, if you need someone rubbed out, I'd reach into my pocket and pull out like a flip phone from like 2002.
Nokia.
Yeah.
Keep
There's a
saying
single
Omega.
number on there. I'm gonna hand it to Cedra. There's a single number on there.
I
You
hand it
need
to
someone
Xavier.
gone? Okay.
She doesn't new phone.
From the 90s.
Fair enough. You need someone gone? As long as I'm not on too heavy Camarilla business, I'm on the other end of the phone.
There's one thing you might have information on that you might be able to help us with. So we are investigating the Oxford Ripper. Have you heard anything about that?
Storyteller, do I know anything about that?
No. That would be beneath you.
Yeah, that's why we're investigating it.
We're investigating a thing beneath the Alastor. Who'd have thunk?
I'm sorry, my dear, as I hate to disappoint, but unless they're on the list, it's not my wheelhouse.
It was a shot in the dark. But I do have one more question. In your travels and experiences, have you ever come across an abomination?
Again, storyteller, have I?
I mean, if you meta know what that is, go for it. Otherwise, no.
I mean, there were rumors of something that fit the description. I was in my human life. It was 1972, and I was attached to the CIA evacuating civilians out of the Macon Delta just at the end of the Vietnamese War, and there was something in the jungle massacring the kind, and it put the fear of God into some of the GIs we were working with. And it fit the description of an abomination. But I've never seen one personally, nor would I care to.
We have.
All I can say is, well, I'm sorry to hear that. All I can say is, next time you bump into one, I hope Svetlana helps.
Thank you for your help.
Option. Go over and kick.
Kick the what?
Close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any last-minute discussions you want to have, or would you like to head to your separate havens at this juncture, and we can call it in slightly early?
Yeah, give us a ride.
Yeah.
Jump in.
I would definitely. I would wait until Caleb is gone, but I would like to stop and talk to Xavier real quick.
I think we're all in my jank, so I don't know what you want to do.
Why don't we go back to the Haven?
Yeah, you probably take us back to the Haven, drop us off.
Yeah.
So once Caleb's gone, because I definitely didn't want to say anything around him about this, but Xavier, if depending on or with what that guy told us, he said that if we poked around some SI places, we might find some more info. I don't really know what I'd be able to do, but I can always dig around and see what I can find. I didn't really want to bring that part of my life back in, but you need it, so.
Amon, I've got a problem.
Right.
I was given the job to bail somebody out so I could get info on my sire. But I've somehow gotten other info to bypass this. I don't know if it's true or not.
Well, I mean, info or not, don't you still want to break that guy out?
I mean, for the curiosity of it, yeah. But deep down, I give a fuck less. If he was that important, somebody else would have fucking done it already.
True. I mean, it's entirely up to you. Just say the word and I'll try my best.
I need time to think on this.
Understandable.
On one hand,
just
bailing him out would make Camarilla look really bad, and that would amuse me. On the other hand, I really don't want to waste any more fucking time with the Camarilla. They annoy the fuck out of me already. So who wants to be annoyed more?
I know.
I appreciate your offer, though.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got Cedra and I on board for the whole doing the right thing, breaking the guy out. But if you decide it's not worth your time, then I don't think we were that gung-ho about it anyway. I mean, you've said it yourself, you hate justice at this point. Well, the kind we like. You hate the word.
I hate the kind you like. I hate the fact that you just constantly harp about it consistently. Jesus fucking Christ,
doing
we get it
better.
already.
I'm doing better.
Yeah, no, you're doing better. Let me think on this though, because that other thing is really hard to do.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, like I said, I was just giving you the offer. I'll give you time. And I kind of just put my hands on the back of my head, elbows up in the air, and I walk out. I go home.
And with that, we'll call it a night or day, whichever way it works this week. First of all, a great big thank you to Captain Mark, Caleb. Please, again, tell us
That
where we can
was
find you and
the
your
most-
stream and what you do.
Yeah, that was the most fun. Thanks for having me. Yeah, we're over at twitch.tv / the Bullet Club. I'm the DM over there. We've got a host of really good players. A lot of them first timers, and they're surprising me with how good their RP is. So I'm grateful. And yeah, it's fifth edition D&D, but I try and take more of a storytelling slant to it that I think vampire players would probably appreciate. There's a lot less dice rolling, and there's a lot more. I'll just call things sometimes, and yeah, we have a lot of fun. Quite a good layered story on, and we're actually live tomorrow at 9:00 UK time. I guess 4 Eastern.
9
Um,
p.m.
Yes,
5.
5 Eastern. Okay,
Not
cool.
there yet.
Can you spell bullet for us?
It's Boulette, like the D&D monster says. BULETTE. We're all it's an in-joke. We're all wrestling fans, and there's a faction in wrestling called the Bullet Club. So pretty early on, they did an adventure that was based on. It was basically the plot of Jaws, but with bullets that are basically great big
awesome.
land sharks.
Yeah.
And and their sort of in-game adventuring group quickly became known as the Boulette Club, just sort of offhand. And yeah, we liked it enough that we grabbed the name for the actual stream. So, but yeah, that's where you can find us. As I said, tomorrow night, 9. Other than that, we usually go live Friday nights, about I think roughly 2 hours before you guys do on a Friday. It's 10 p.m. UK time, so just put that into Google and it will tell you, because I can't remember from here.
6 p.m. Eastern.
I feel ya.
Yeah,
We started
lovely,
7:30.
thank you. But
Right,
yeah,
yes.
no, again, I really want to thank you guys for having me on. That was fun. I got
That
to
was awesome.
Caleb. Yeah, I was telling the guys on break that Caleb is my V20 character. I played between the years 2006 and 2009, so it was really nice to inhabit his shoes again and to be a player again, because I'm always the DM. So thank
I
you.
know the feeling.
I'm making
No,
a
Shiv,
game
you're a
for
wonderful
you.
storyteller.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
you're a
you're gonna be a
wonderful
player
storyteller.
coming up.
Mhm. But yeah,
Well-
we'll all of us over the Bullet Club. I've been watching your stream for a while, lurking, and a lot of the other guys are kind of new to tabletop, and I nudged them onto your stream, and they're certainly. I'm pretty sure they're watching this evening, and we'll be watching going forwards. So yeah, we're all one big dice rolling family, and that's quite nice. But yeah, I suppose one last time, thanks for having me on, guys. It was a serious amount of fun, and hopefully we can do this again sometime.
You're always welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you
No
very
problem.
much.
Thank you.
We've got Wednesday, our normal Bloodlines playthrough. Xavier?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we'll be back here. It's exactly the
Next Saturday,
same
same
time.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. But we've also got Star Trek. Star Trek Adventures the day before.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. I'm glad you just told me that.
I was glad that Nakara told me
You're in that game.
I'm in that game.
Why, there's a calendar.
I never accept those.
But yeah, check out Bullet Club. As you can see, some great RP that goes on there. We're going to go raiding on rolling D's 20s.
I figured we would. Philadelphia by night, man. It fits perfectly. They're funny.
I like that.
And
I like that.
also a big thank you to Vancouver by Night for giving us a good raid. We love a nice raiding.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go until Miss Hart says the line.
Have a good night.